Alright guys, coming to you from Upper East Side, Manhattan, heading into Halloween holiday weekend. Hope you have something fun scheduled and planned. And in the process of creating a new program for chiropractors, DC Mindset Mastery, because it doesn't matter how good your marketing is, it doesn't matter how good your communication or scripts is to an extent. If you don't have the mindset up here of I deserve the practice I want, I'm worth the practice I want on paper, what you figure, it's never going to happen. We're going to internally sabotage ourselves, and that's what I find working with more and more chiropractors. All the strategies are great. That'll make a big difference if you already have a mindset for growth and success, and that you feel deserving and worth it. So there are two inherent mindsets that chiropractors are just plagued with. The first one, and we all have it to some extent. I have it, I'm sure you have it, because it's part of our profession. The first one is the redheaded stepchild syndrome to medical doctors. And that shows up in, I see the posts online about how many hours of chiropractic schooling did we have compared to medical, and it's like more. And I'm sure it's completely inaccurate. If you know anyone that's gone through medical school, they've had far, far more hours, and that's not putting down chiropractic, it's just different service and different approach. But that shows up in getting angry at medicine and thinking by displaying in your office or on your website, like putting down medicine. And listen, they have plenty of flaws and a lot of stuff to be corrected there. But thinking that putting them down is going to attract people to you. It's not the case. The general public, whether they like it, have no idea, or they also don't like the over-medication and the over, all that stuff, that's not why they're coming to you at all. So just be careful if you have a red-headed stepchild chip on your shoulder to medicine, because you're not getting the respect by the other practitioners, you're not getting the referrals, you're not getting the respect by the patients in terms of retention and saying, yes, I want to do this, like they would maybe at their orthopedist or oncologist or something like that. Having that doesn't serve you whatsoever. So let go of that chip, let go of the red-headed stepchild to medicine, and realize that you have something incredibly valuable that medicine can't touch. Your community needs it. They really are looking for it, but they're looking for help with their concern. They're not looking for lifetime wellness, so be careful of thinking that's what they're looking for. Doesn't mean you can't guide them to lifetime wellness, but they're not coming in looking for it. So opposite of the red-headed stepchild to medicine syndrome that most chiropractors have some piece of and some have too much of, is the opposite of too much fist pumping, green book pounding. And I'm not saying that as a put down, because extremely philosophical chiropractor at my roots, but thinking that because you go to a certain seminar and everyone's jumping and fist pumping, that we are, God's gift to humanity and healthcare. And that more egoic mindset also hurts us, because patients can't understand that. It's too much all at once when you're trying to convince them that this is the most amazing thing. It comes off again like a timeshare pitch or multi-level marketing or something that they've just, they've got to drink the Kool-Aid. So be careful if you have this elevated egoic stance on there's nothing out there that can touch chiropractic, there's nothing out there more worthwhile, and that you are, God's gift to your community, yet frustrated that maybe more people aren't coming to you, referring to you, paying you. So what's the balance right there is being in the middle, realizing you have a remarkably beautiful and powerful service that no other profession can duplicate. Every chiropractor is different, and that what your community believes you do, which is just neck and back pain, is exactly what everyone is suffering from. So meet them where they are, then take them on the journey of whatever else you want to promote that you can help with, but come from a place of, man, what you do is so valuable, and you know the results you get in your patients' lives, not just pain going away, but them being able to go back to their life, get back those relationships, get back those hobbies, whatever they love doing. When you give them that, what's that worth? You don't need to be the absolute best thing since sliced bread. You don't need to feel inferior to the medical doctor. You know your worth and your value. You give people those results. That's worth it. That's what they're paying for. So find that middle road of you have a service that no one else delivers. It's exactly what your community is looking for, and it's worth it based on the results they get, however many hundreds or thousands of dollars it may take to get care with you. That's worth it. And you come with that sense of just confidence and certainty and power. You don't need to think, you know, again, you're a superhero, and you don't need to have the chip on the shoulder, the redheaded stepchild syndrome. Find that middle ground, find your certainty and power. You know what you deliver, and give it to your community. They do want it. Just make sure you're sharing the right message. Make sure you're taking them by the hand and guiding them to it, rather than trying to bash them over the head with it or convince them of a whole other paradigm of health. That ship's passed. Didn't work for 30 years when we had the best ability to ever make it happen. You think it's going to work in the future when now people have to pay for care and it's not just free because of insurance? No, it didn't work when we had the easiest time to make it work. We got to switch it away. And it starts with what goes on up here and how you deliver it. So, I hope you have an amazing upcoming Halloween holiday weekend coming up. Be on the lookout for announcements for Mindset Mastery one-day training in Miami on January 19th, Friday, right before the 2-day patient mastery training, and look for the actual program coming out itself for chiropractors. So, have an amazing, spooky, fun, safe Halloween, and I will probably have some cool pictures and videos to share with you throughout this weekend and Tuesday night. All right, be well, guys.